Hi, this is Jack with Vacationies, and I want to give you an update for what's happening with COVID as of March 2022 related to traveling to international destinations and the top destinations for destination weddings. So first, let's look at what's happening with getting into the most popular destinations. So Punta Cana, no changes. Jamaica, you still need a negative antigen or PCR test to get into Jamaica. You will have to present that at your airport prior to flying in, as well as go on the Jamaica website, Jamaica tourism website, and do the health authorization form and upload that. Mexico, nothing. No changes other than the fact they got rid of the Mexico health questionnaire that you used to have to fill out prior to traveling or print it out and bring it with you. They got rid of that in January, so you don't need that anymore. The other place that's popular is Aruba. Aruba still has requirements such as you either need to be vaccinated and boosted, or you have to have the negative PCR antigen test prior to arriving into Aruba. So those are the three most popular or four most popular places. Other destinations such as Antigua, St. Lucia, the Turks, all have different things happening. Again, if you have questions about them, feel free to email me and I can give you updates on that, but those things are changing every time. Now the next step is the flights. So the airlines as of today in March of 2022 still are requiring masks. So you must have a mask over your nose and your mouth, and that's very important from the people I see on planes that don't understand that while flying. Matter of fact, as soon as you get into an airport in the US or any international destination, you're supposed to have your mask on. So as long as you have your mask on and you meet the entry requirements into wherever you're flying, you are set. Now, let's look at what's happening at the hotels. From what I've seen, and I've probably been to 6, 7, 8 hotels in the past couple months, everything is pretty much back to normal. Every hotel still has protocol in place for COVID, which are great because they're cleaning the rooms. They may have stopped doing evening turn-down service or candies on the bed, but most of the protocol that were in place are really good to make you feel healthy and safe. Buffets at most resorts are back open. I was at a resort about 4 weeks ago, and what they did at their buffet is you could only enter one side and go out one side, and they had someone standing at the entry of the buffet making sure they gave you lotion on your hands, as well as made sure that your mask was on. You did not have to wear a mask while sitting at your table, but if you were getting up for the buffet, they wanted your mask on. I've seen that at 4 or 5 different hotels in Mexico and the Caribbean. No matter where I've been, I've seen that. But buffets are back. Sitting at bars is pretty well back. Swim-up pool bars are back open. But again, if a hotel sees an outbreak, they may put different protocol in place. In terms of other activities and social distancing, if you feel uncomfortable sitting on top of someone with tables that are closed, because the occupancy at the hotels is high right now. We have hotels that are sold out, so that these things all the way up until the end of 22. So if you're thinking of having a wedding at the end of 22, early 23, we are having trouble finding rooms at some hotels at the end of 22. So just know when you get to the hotel, it's probably going to be full. So that means tables are back to normal spacing. They're opening up the shows in the evening. So if you feel uncomfortable, just mention it to someone. We have done that. We've asked if we could sit at a table over there, far away from people, or if we go down to the beach, we ask the beach guys, can you pull your chairs away? We don't want to be on top of people, or some places you just can't do it. At some of the hotels, it's just very tight by the pools, but everything is pretty well back to normal at the hotels. So that's great there. Now for your weddings, I think you have options in dealing with the wedding planners. I've talked to wedding planners over the past couple months about this. Depending upon the number of people you are having, and if you feel uncomfortable having everybody in a tight quarter, or you want to spread the tables, or you want your wedding set up to be set up for social distancing, just mention that to the planners. Initially, they did that all the time. Now it's pretty well back to normal, but we attended a wedding in December, and a family felt as though that there were a lot of doctors there, that they wanted social distancing in place in an area, so that if people didn't want to sit on top of people, they had the tables and chairs. They had big tables with 4 or 6 people instead of 8 or 10, and at the wedding the seats were spread about. So again, I think that as you work with your planner or your designer, you can say to them, this is what I'd like, and I'm sure they'll work with you to make everybody feel comfortable. They want you to have an amazing time. They want to make sure everybody is safe, and they want to make sure everybody is healthy. Now, the next part is, how do you get back in the United States? Now, this is important. As of today in March, the CDC is still requiring that you have a negative COVID test to get back from an international destination. This is not just limited to wedding destinations. I've been in France, I've been in the UK. Even though some of those places are reducing whatever their policy is, in order to get back in the US, you still need the test. So, in the old days, all the resorts were doing that for free. Now what's happening is the resorts are all charging. We have seen charges of $20, and I've seen charges of $100. So it just varies by resort. The other thing which is nice is some of the resorts, such as Palace, as long as you're staying 5 nights or more, they're still doing one test for you for free. AM Resorts, if you're in a preferred club or Exhale club or their club level and you're there 5 nights, they'll do it for you for free. But in the big scheme of things, if you're paying thousands of dollars, your guests are paying $1,000, $1,500 for this vacation for your destination wedding, what is $20 really going to matter? They don't have a choice. People have said, oh, you can go out of the hotel and get it done for half the price. That's right. I have no idea how safe that may be. I've had COVID tests done in pretty much every brand of hotel you can think of, from Palace, LeBlanc, a Secrets, a Dreams, a Hard Rock, and I feel very comfortable having them done there. They have professional organizations doing it, and you get your results pretty quickly. Now, if you happen to become positive or have a positive test at the resort, most of the resorts still have quarantine policies. Again, I can just give you an example of Palace. Palace Resorts, if you do test positive and you're staying 5 nights or more, you can quarantine there for free. AM Resorts has a similar policy. The big change related to that is the CDC changed the requirement. It used to be a 10-day quarantine period. Now it is down to 5. These things are always changing, so what I tell you today in March of 2022, I can almost guarantee when you have your wedding will be different. So as you get closer to your wedding, I would actually talk to the wedding planner at the resort you were working with then and ask them what the protocol is at that time, because to ask us as travel professionals today, we can tell you something today, but my sense of what I've seen is those things are changing all the time. Hopefully that's helpful. This is Jack with Vacationies, and have a great destination wedding.